Good afternoon, everybody. I think sometimes that prepping, people don't really realize what it's all about. We need to realize that the world isn't as safe as it appears, and sometimes it can actually be chilling, scary for many people. Understanding that your family could be weeks away without having food or water or necessities that you need. Recognizing inaction that can place family members in jeopardy. You've already started to address the fear just by stepping in here this morning. As a result, you looked around on YouTube to find somewhere that could give you information, and you have chosen to take control of your future and put your family into safer hands with an insurance policy. Let's get started by really talking about prepping. Many times, a lot of people will think about the SHTF, where everything is just completely full blown. But we have a lot of things going on in this country right now: food shortages, gas prices, electric going up. The the it could end up being a war situation, so people are getting really nervous. An emergency is any event that overwhelms your current ability to manage it. And this can be as big as nuclear war or be as small as a job loss. Millions and millions of people around the world have taken the responsibility to put away food, secure their water supply, save money, create a bug out plan, all to lessen the blow of such a catastrophic event. They also cultivate skills, which is very important when it comes to prepping, such as trauma first aid, self defense, being able to forage off your land, being able to make a rain catch. It doesn't take a bunker to survive job loss. Mostly it takes thought and effort to have the gear and the effort to gain the skills and to have plans in place. Why should you even get started prepping? You're probably throwing up your hands and saying, well, it's too late for me. But it's not. As we see political, social, and natural events happening around us, we feel like we're on a spinning top, something that has lost momentum that could be very scary. And I think the biggest thing is to take things step by step, one thing at a time, kind of a prepper's journey with me, if you will. If you wait, food is only going to get harder to buy, higher in cost, and money's going to buy less. People are going to become more irrational when there's a food riot. And most of all, you'll have less time to learn about what you need to know. The truth is that many people around you already prep. They just don't talk about it. They may not talk to you. They may not tell anybody at all. There's kind of this tinfoil hat syndrome, and that's many times why people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to be put into that category of you're a prepper. They keep quiet because of the irrational image. They trust me though, they're out there, and I want to help you today to feel a little bit more comfortable. The average prepper simply wants to protect their family with an insurance policy when times get tough. That's it. That's all. Many don't have a bunker filled with guns and ammo, and most don't have an underground bunker, period. They have extra food for their bug out bag. They have water. They have a backup location to relocate to and a plan. And they quietly go about their daily lives just like me and you. I think the number one thing is to really think about preparedness. When we lived in Florida and Alabama, many times there was weather conditions that were rather scary. Dragonflies lived during Hurricane Ivan. I lived down there during Hurricane Michael. And during Hurricane Michael, I actually watched the canopy of the trees sway back and forth, which was very nerve wracking. I think the thing is that instead of overwhelming yourself, is just to get to basics. And a real basic thing you can start with is water and food. Water and food. Water and food is so important. to be able to survive and get through a bad situation. Water and food is going to help you survive a bad situation. By having a few extra cans of tuna, some extra pasta or rice or beans. So we don't have to go overboard, just get basic. Make sure you have a flashlight. And we can all use a flashlight, honestly. You should be carrying one in your vehicle and you should have one at home. Take baby steps. I'm going to list some things, and I hope that you will understand how to survive a weather or a man made catastrophe is prepping. And it's just taking the time to take the steps. Some people go out and they shop $400 or $500. Others can't afford that. That doesn't mean that you're not a prepper. It doesn't mean that you're not preparing for you and your family. So start with basics. Make sure that you have 1 to 3 gallons of water for each person, and maybe a little extra for the animals that you have in your home, such as your dogs or cats. Also, food. Think real basics. Food's expensive right now, and a little food security can never hurt anybody, from gardens to having some extra canned food, some extra freeze-dried food, some extra MREs or dehydrated food. You have to look at your own situation and really decide how much you can afford. And then that's another big step on how to survive. Getting out of the matrix. By getting out of the matrix, you're going to make your life so much more happy. You're going to have less bills. You're going to have less stress and less worry. The thing is live in today, live in the now, and know that it isn't all about the bunker and 17 guns and 50,000 rounds of ammunition. It's about taking the steps to learn some skills and educate yourself on how you can make your situation better. And everybody's is different. You might live in an urban setting while I live in a rural setting right now. You may think, oh, I don't have enough food, where we're concerned about water. I think it's really, really important just to step back sometimes and exhale. Exhale with me. By doing that and just exhaling and then sitting down, getting an old fashioned something, pen or pencil, and a little notebook, and start by writing the basics. And you might want to grab a pen or pencil right now. Here's what you really need to do just to take those first steps into surviving a weather man-made situation. 1, water. Most people in the cities do not think about this. You turn on your faucet and bada boom, bada bang, you got water. What if your water was turned off? Have you ever not paid that bill and your water was turned off? Maybe when you were younger, in your 20s, and didn't really consider it was that important. Water is important. Water is very important to your survival. So the first thing you need to do is maybe grab some collapsible bags, some old 2-liter bottles. You don't have to purchase everything. And I think many times that people say, oh, well, I got to purchase this or I got to purchase that. It's not all about buying stuff. So start saving your 2-liter bottles. Fill them with water. Rinse them out and fill them up. Don't use milk jugs. It's recommended by the FDA and other places because it can grow bacteria. But you could still fill your milk jugs with water, but it would be considered non-potable water. Non-potable water is not to drink. You could wash your hands in it. You could water a plant with it, those type of things. But do not consume it. Secondly, food. Let's think real basics. Go look in your cupboard right now. Do you have some canned vegetables? Do you have some fruit? Do you have something high in vitamin D, such as spinach, kale, greens, okra, whatever it may be? Then, do you have some of those potted meats, such as Spam, tuna, salmon, sardines, and some peanut butter? Now, if you went and looked in your fridge and you're like, yep, off the wall, I do have those. Do you have enough to get you by for 1 day, 3 days, a week, or a month? Your goal should be to go at least 30 days without going to the grocery store. Right now, I'm not recommending that you test your skills because we are seeing food shortages everywhere. But look at your inventory. Take a real inventory of your food. If today or tonight all hell broke loose, there was rioting all over the country, and they called ML and they said you cannot leave your home, would you be able to make it? And that's the purpose of this video. Would you be able to survive? So take the time and do an inventory. If you're saying off the wall prepper, I really don't have enough to get by 30 days even. Think small, think simple. Rice, beans, potted meats, peanut butter, a thing of Tang. Tang is very important. It's high in vitamin C. That would be another great thing to have around. Maybe some fruit drinks, a bottle of juice. We went through a prepper list, and several of them are posted on the community page, so you can go back and look at them, and you can take it week by week. Just start with 1 week on the prepper challenge. And this week, I challenge you to make sure that you have enough water for everybody in your household for at least 1 month. So go and get water, 1 to 3 gallons per person per day. So even if you take it on a low average, the 1 gallon, which is recommended by the FDA, I don't agree with it. In my personal opinion, we shoot for 3 to 4 per person per day. We figured it out over a month. We would need 1,500 gallons of water. And that's about what we get hauled in on our cistern. But if you take your time and just start with water, because you could go 4 or 5 days without eating, but you can only go 3 days without water. Another thing is, learn your area. We have wild blackberries, we have wild onions, we have plentiful deer and rabbit and squirrel. Folks, you can't eat those. You can eat as many dandelions as your stomach can take. Dandelions are actually very nutritious from the root to the top. Wild blackberries grow here in the Ozarks. Actually, we're going picking again tomorrow. We've been waiting for them to turn the right color. But take the time to look around your neighborhood and your area and see if there's some plants that you can forage off the land. You can go on the internet, Google your state and plants to forage. That's simple. Or you can become a member and you can download the book about foraging. There's several of them. Learn some basic first aid. I can't stress how important first aid is. If somebody gets hurt or needs a stitch, are you able to do that? Do you have some Band-Aids? Do you have some antiseptic? Do you have some wipes? Do you have some alcohol and hydrogen peroxide? Maybe some calamine lotion? Do you have something in case your stomach goes berserk? Most people in a stressful situation, their stomach's going to hurt. It's just a matter of, will it hurt the first day from high stress, or will it hurt the third or fourth day? Diarrhea and constipation will probably set in. Your stomach will probably be gurgling from the stress. So plan ahead. Get a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. Get some Tums, Alka-Seltzer, whatever it may be. Also, think about headaches. Think about common things that you may deal with health-wise, and try to stack up 1 extra bottle. That's all it takes. Some extra Band-Aids, an ace bandage, a snake bite kit. What if the first responders can't get to you? What if they can't make it? What if they're so busy or they're just not responding? What if all systems go down and you don't have a way to get a hold of anybody? These are just things to think about, folks. But you can survive, and how to survive is to take the first step. And guess what? You did that today by joining in on this live, on this premiere video. We're glad that you're here at the Off the Wall Prepper, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If you ever have a question or a concern or something you just really don't know what you should do, feel free to email me at offthewallprepper@gmail.com. God bless you all. This is Off the Wall Prepper. It is a beautiful Sunday. It actually got some rain here in the Ozarks, and I'm looking forward to enjoying a nice, cool day with Miss Dragonflies. Everybody, have a wonderful day. Keep putting one leg in front of the other and do the leg work. God bless you, OTWP Mag, and welcome to all of our new subscribers. This is Off the Wall Prepper signing out.